So there's one way to make sure that your business doesn't succeed, to fail spectacularly. And this is it. Welcome to 7-Figure Business Secrets. Okay, so it's a lovely sunny afternoon, a little bit windy. If you see me looking over to my left a little bit, it's actually because my son's playing soccer just out here. So, so if it looks like they're going to score a goal, I think they're 2-0 down at the moment. But it's quite close. So if I suddenly look aside and you see me sort of going, yay or no, you know what's happening, right? Anyway, what I want to talk to you about is, the surest way I know to fail your business, right? And it's something very tempting because it sounds like a shortcut to success. And the margin between it being a shortcut to success and an absolute failure is wafer thin. So this is what I want to explain to you. And it's all around getting traffic and sales and marketing quickly, right? There are probably hundreds of ways of getting sales in, right? I mean, hundreds. There's all the different types of advertising you could do, all the different places. So from television to internet to desktop to print to little brochures to newspapers, so many different ways, right, of just getting your ad out there. And then there's so many different ways of getting your message out there. So all the different types of content marketing online. So from podcasting to blogs to Facebook to, what else? Instagram, YouTube groups, the whole lot, right? There are so many ways, and even offline, giving presentations and speeches and meetups and just the face-to-face selling, yeah? So you have this huge array of different ways of essentially getting people to know about your business and also getting your marketing out there and getting people attracted, yeah? So massive amount, hundreds, probably even thousands away. This is the biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs making. You ready? They try and concentrate on too many, right? And they basically, what happens is that they basically, so if you try and do 20 things all at once, right? First of all, you don't do any one of them good enough, right? But the other thing is that you think that all these 20 things are failing. So you start, the new shiny objects are very attractive. So you start doing number 21, number 22, number 23. And I see this all the time. Have a look at podcast episodes, right? And you'll see, first of all, I think there's something like, 400,000 or 500,000 active podcasts at the moment. I think it's even more than that, but it's huge, right? But you have a look at the amount of podcasts who've gotten past episode 10, right? And you're suddenly down into, maybe 100,000, right? And then you look at podcast episodes that have gone past 50, right? Dramatically shorter again, right? Because here's the reality of podcasts or YouTube marketing or channels or putting content out there all the time. It's hard to do, right? Because when you start off, right, you got to figure it out. You got to figure out, let's take podcasts, right? How do you do it? How do you set it up? What platforms do you need? How do you advertise it? What do you talk about? You run out of stuff to talk about after episode 5, yeah? So it gets quite difficult. And it's through that difficulty then, after episode 5 or episode 10, that you start scratching your head going, what's really going on? How do I make this better? How do I really connect with my audience? What is it that this is all about? And you sort of go into the wilderness, right? Figuring this back out and trying stuff and then watching your viewership go down a bit and then it starts building again, yeah? And you're figuring out, what did I do, right? Well, it's the same in every single bit of advertising and sales you try and do is that's basically building the foundation. And it's not until you've put quite a bit of effort in that it finally starts working for you. I'm over episode 70 now, yeah? And it's only now that I'm beginning to see the patterns in what's a good episode and what's a bad episode, what people resonate with. And by the way, it's totally different. In my audience, I've got probably about 5 topics that people resonate with, right? From whatever situation you're in, it's probably either growing traffic and sales, it's probably about getting your message out, it's probably about building a product that can actually sell, it could be about building teams and building a business that can sell, or it could be about how do you rearrange your business so that it actually sort of suits your lifestyle and you're not spending 70 hours a week working, yeah? So it'll be probably one of those topics, yeah? But I've had to figure them out by watching my viewership go up and down and what resonates, what doesn't, where I get the comments, and I'll tell you, I still haven't mastered podcasting, and this is episode 70, yeah? But I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to jump off and start working on my video channel, my YouTube channel. I'm not going to jump into trying to make Facebook work for me. I'm not going to jump around because I'm committed to figuring this out and making my podcast work, honing it, tweaking it until I know I've got a dedicated source of leads, I've got a dedicated source of traffic, and I know how podcasts work, right? So I'm probably another 50 episodes away from it. 50 episodes, that's another like half a year, right? But I'm in it. I'm in it for the long time. I'm committed to it. I know the podcasting works. I know that I have to make it work. This is a great medium. I know I love listening to podcasts. I love the learning from it. I love the backwards and forwarding and the amount of ideas that you can get while listening in your car or at the gym or walking. Yeah. So I know podcast the medium for me. I just have to figure out how to make it work. Does that make sense? Yeah. And what I see the whole time is people, they just keep jumping. They don't build the foundation. They don't put in the time and the effort to figure it out, to become an expert, to make it work. And then when they know it works, is then you move on to your next one, and then your next one. So I really advise that in your sales and marketing, that you're only looking at maybe 3 platforms, only 3 ways of figuring it out and making sure that they work. So you get in deep early, build it, foundation, then move on to your next one. So I don't know what your platforms are, right? But you definitely need to have probably 2 or 3 working platforms to get your traffic in, to get your voice out there. And depending on your business, it could be in a brochure, offline marketing. It could be 101. It could be presentations and meetup groups. It could be Facebook advertising. It could be, loads and loads of different things that it could be. But my message is you need to figure out where you're going to double down, and you need to make it work for you. You need to figure out the ins and outs, how it works, and become an expert on it. And then, and only then do you move on to the next thing, right? And you look back in 2 years' time when you have 3, 4, 5 different traffic streams coming into you, and you realize, that's why I had to stick at it. That's why things suddenly started working out for me. Right. Hope that helps. Go, cut it down. 3 things, 3 traffic sources, and build deep, build strong, and create a foundation of them. Talk to you soon. Bye.